Okay, so that's what we'll do. All right, well, let's see if our guest who's coming up next, she's brand new to the show tonight. We're actually excited to welcome her. She's a psychologist and a certified life coach speaker, and she's the author of several books, including her Knock It Out the Ballpark book, Be Your Own Life Coach, How to Coach Yourself into What You Want. And she's here tonight to just talk to us about how kids and also adults not become products of their environment. We all know, when you're from the hood, there's a certain stereotype. When you're from certain areas, whatever. We don't believe that on this show. We just do not. We believe that we're all created equal, but sometimes we do feel really inadequate. And so tonight, for the first time on the show, is Dr. Dionna Hancock-Johnson, and we're calling her on the show Dr. Dionna. How are you?
How are you guys? Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
It is a pleasure to have you on with us tonight. Welcome to the party. I'm giving my best friend from childhood her birthday party on the radio tonight, so you could not have picked a better night to be a guest.
Hello.
I heard you guys sound like you've been having good fun.
We are. So, Doctor, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then let's get into this conversation, because for us here in Chicago, most schools have started back, but Chicago public schools start back next Tuesday. And I understand about, people feeling inadequate. Our last guest just talked about that, so we're all ears, Doctor, and take it away.
Yes, thank you. So I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. I am the oldest of 8. I have 2 children, 13 and 4.
Wow.
And I live now currently in Los Angeles. And I have been out here doing things as a life coach and a psychologist and writing books. My kids are also in the entertainment industry. So, I've been doing a little here and there, dibbling, dabbling, and everything you can possibly think of. Mm-hmm. And as you can see, I'm also in traffic.
That's all right. That's all right. We that type of show. Look, we've
real
had
life.
Oh, yes.
Real life. I heard you guys are all about real talk. So this is real life, and this is what's going on right now.
Look, if you got to cuss somebody out in that traffic, we understand. Just put it on mute. We understand. Just don't cuss America out. But we got
don't
you,
cuss
Doctor.
America out. I need America. I need America. Tell me to cuss someone out.
Very good. Well, we're all ears, Doctor.
Still, but
okay.
So, when it comes to kids feeling like they are inadequate, I think it just starts with parenting at home. Sometimes you have to jump in and teach your kids exactly what it is and what it isn't, because you're going to find that people in the industry or in the world, in school, wherever they are in the community, they are going to jump in and teach your kids things that you weren't ready to teach them. So and my point is, for my kids, I don't like to hold back. I'd like to tell my son what it is. He's, just now a teenager, and I feel like there's a lot of opportunity out there for failure just because of the wrong person putting the wrong message into the kids' mindset.
Wow.
So it starts with us as parents to try to really help filter out the good and the bad. We are all programmed to teaching the kids what's right, what's wrong. But a lot of times we fail to do that right with our kids.
Right.
People teach us things as we were growing up, what's right and what's wrong, but did they necessarily teach us how to protect ourselves from the wrong messages?
Well, now, go ahead, Doctor.
Or following the wrong crowd and behaviors and things like that because you thought that was the best decision you made because someone didn't quickly tell you as a kid that you were making the wrong decision. Or I made that decision, and this is what happened to me, so now let me tell you about it, son.
All right. Very good. You're right about that, Doctor, because when I went to cut you off, that was what I was going to say. We live in a society now where the parents are wrong. The parents are a hot mess. And so I feel that the kids are only leading by example. And so, a lot of times people say, well, we've been living like this and nothing has ever changed for our family. And, how do we turn that into everybody starting feeling positive about who they are, where they are right now? Everybody is destined to be great, but how do we encourage people to be good where they are right now?
I feel like people have that mindset because they don't want to do better. Sometimes we get complacent in where we are, and we feel like the resources we have are not good enough to get us to the next level in life. Most of the time, we feel like the resources that we have in this day and age are just social media. Now, the kids coming up believe that that's a resource for them, and it's some good and it's some bad in that, and we can get into that as well. But my main point is that when people have that mindset, it's limited thinking, it's faulty thinking, it's telling yourself that you can't get better, you don't deserve better, and you shouldn't do better. So you become comfortable in where you are, your environment, what you wear, how you look. And when you say parents are a hot mess, you're right. Sometimes people are caught up in the wrong things. And I believe those type of parents are the ones who don't know they can do better, to be better for their kids.
Because, a lot of these schools, doctor, are banning how these parents come to school with these bonnets on and pajama pants and lingerie and things like that. And I'm thinking to myself, if your child see you taking them to school looking like this and other children are seeing this, that's a hot mess. You're a poor example.
Yes, you're so right. I remember when I was growing up, and my mom, she never had any concerns about my grades and things like that. So when I needed to get her to go and get my report card, she would always be dragging because she was like, I know it's going to be great. And then I'm like, well, you got to look decent just to go get the report card. You can't go showing up like this as a representation of me. And so, one of those things is that when parents are also not happy where they are, they don't care. They don't care how they're looking. They don't care that they're a reflection of their kids and vice versa. And I feel like that also comes from just where you are, just not wanting to be better for your kids, for yourself. If anything, I want to be better. I want to be great for myself so that I could be a benefit and beneficial to my kids to be even better.
Hey, Dr. Dionna, this is Javon's Glenn. I just had a quick question. Have you found that the age difference in the parents now, it seems to be a shorter gap between the parents? You could have a 5-year-old with a teen mom. I'm not, passing judgment, but I'm just wondering, there's wisdom with age sometimes. I had my daughter at 30. I felt like I had learned a lot more because it was a little bit more distance in our age. Have you noticed any differences in that respect?
Yes. Now, my mom had me at 16. I'm the oldest of 8.
Wow.
So at that time in her life, that was common and normal. That didn't change the relationship we had and the fact that she still was a strong woman who wanted to do better for her kids. Now, I had my children in a time in my life where our society was more women about to do it, women about to get it in, women can do anything men can do, we're going to keep going, we're going to get our education. For me, getting my doctorate was important because I felt like I needed to go the farthest I can go and the highest I can go to overcome my own circumstances, to overcome my own poverty. And so I think when I had my kids, it was just at a different place in where our society is. Nowadays, you're right. My daughter is 4 years old. She just turned 4, and some of the things that I hear
that 4-year-old.
Some of the things that I hear that she talks about and what she says from things that she's seen from other people, even within our own industry, within our own community, within our own school, it is things that I'm not ready for at this point. So I feel like it may be a benefit sometimes when you have these younger parents who have the kids too. I mean, not like 15, 10, 14, 13, like that, but because they can relate and have the energy sometimes and they can keep up with it. Otherwise, on the other hand, with me, I feel like my son is 13. I'm still having to learn all of what it's like for a 13-year-old, especially a boy growing up in a society where it's very hard for them to make it and people want to see them fail before they succeed. It's more of, and then when I was in D.C. growing up, I lost a lot of friends that was, due to violence.
Yes.
Because of just how they look, what they wore. Back in the day, D.C. was that city actually was that number one crime city.
Look, right outside the White House. Right outside the White House.
Right outside the White House. Right outside where you see the money. Exactly. Exactly. Everything you can think of. And then nowadays that's in Chicago, but I can totally relate to what that was like, getting robbed or being scared to walk down the street. Somebody asks you for your number. You say no. You're afraid they're going to shoot you.
Right.
I remember those days and what that time is like. And for our kids nowadays, they don't have that unless you live still in that environment. They don't have that way out until someone teaches them that. And also, if you are in that environment, you still have an opportunity. And what I like to say to the listeners tonight and the parents, teach your kids that there is a way out. I overcame it all and came out of D.C. doing just fine. And I feel like I still want more in life. I've never became comfortable with where I was. And I think if you are a parent and you have kids, teach them that it is okay to appreciate where you are, but also understand where you can go.
That's right.
Very good. Well, Doctor, don't go anywhere. When we come back, I want to talk about your acronym growth. I think that'll be a great way to close this segment out, as well as you give us a little bit more advice for back to school. But you're doing a great job. We're just so honored to have you with us this evening. Are you having a good time hanging out with us so far?
I'm having a great time. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
And
when
I'll
you come
be
to
right
show-
here.
Okay, Dr. Dionna, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're continuing our conversation. Right now, we're talking about how can kids succeed if the deck is stacked against them. Isn't that something? Back in the day, that was just a sandbox stacked against us, or that hot sliding board where you burn your little booty cheeks going down the slide because it was hot in the sun. But now these kids got to worry.
Playing on concrete.
Playing on concrete, playing Piggy 1, Piggy 2, all them things. Now these kids got to worry about guns and backpacks,
They
bulletproof
sure
backpacks, all that.
Yep.
A hot mess. Dr. Dionna, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment.
He's charming. He's funny. He knows everybody. He is Art Chat Daddy Sims, and he's only
.52 after the hour, right here on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 AM, WVON. You're listening to Real Talk, Real People. I'm your host, Chad Daddy. It's house music night here at Real Talk, Real People. We're celebrating the 53rd anniversary of my childhood friend, Javonda Lynn. She's here with us tonight. Coming up in just a little bit, you guys will be able to call in and wish her a happy birthday. Today is her 53rd birthday. And then she'll be teaching the city of Chicago a lesson on safety tonight, whether back to school is Tuesday. It's starting to get dark early. We're hearing all these stories about carjackings, rapes, all of that. And a lot of you all need to be really aware of your surroundings and what you need to do. We'll talk about your internet safety, all of that. So stick around. The birthday girl is giving back to the city of Chicago tonight. Javonda Lynn, we just love you, darling. Good job. Good job. You're doing a great job.
I'm enjoying myself.
Well, we're glad to have you here, and you're asking the right questions and all that good stuff. And then we have a new guest on the line tonight. We'll have to have her back. Psychologist, certified life coach, speaker, author. Her book is Be Your Own Life Coach, How to Coach Yourself into What You Want. We are calling this our new friend, Dr. Dionna. She is known as Dr. Dionna Hancock-Johnson, but we calling her Dr. Dionna because she hip and cool, originally from Washington, D.C. She's in L.A. now. And you know what, Doctor? I really do believe that about Be Your Own Life Coach. I do. I really, really do. I just think people need to get the chutzpah to be their own life coach, the empowerment. So, Doctor, we will have to have you back on to talk about that one night of how we really can be our own coach.
Oh, I would love to come back. That is a whole segment in itself. But I can briefly explain. People think that when they hear Be Your Own Life Coach, that it's more about, how to become a certified life coach. My book is about teaching you how to figure out what your heart desires. Mm-hmm. What is it to mean to be true to yourself? Trusting yourself in the process of going in the direction you're supposed to be going and where you're born to be who you're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And I feel like people just don't know how to just take a leap of faith in themselves to make that happen. And speaking on what you said about the odds being stacked against you, trust me, born and raised in D.C., didn't grow up with a lot of resources, didn't grow up with a phone until I got middle year in college.
Wow, really?
I typed up my actual college personal statement on a typewriter, and that must have took me forever. I remember those days, but that's how strong I was and determined I was to get to the next stage in my life. Mm-hmm. What it is that people see the odds are stacked against them, and they're going to be high. Mm-hmm. You're going to have yourself up against a wall where you really feel like you just can't move. Mm-hmm. But you got to be willing to push through all of that, to fight through all of that, no matter what it is, to get yourself to the next level in life.
Mm-hmm. We love you so much. Now, your acronym GROWTH, what does that stand for?
So, growth is something I came up with through all the rejection in life. Sometimes when you find yourself being told no so many times, and trust me, when I first got to LA about 8 years ago, that's all I heard. But it never took me down and took me under. It was something that always motivated me. It kept me going, and it kept me telling myself that I am going to do it, I'm going to beat this, and it's going to work out. And eventually it did. I flipped everything from what I had, which was nothing growing up, to where I am today. And so I came up with the acronym GROWTH. GROWTH is for grit. G is for grit. And that's being grimy in your grinding, you know, being gritty with what you want, like going hard for it, no matter what it takes. R is for resilience. Be resilient. Be strong. Recover quick from your setbacks. It is a way out. Optimism is for being bright in your thinking. Be bold, be strong, be bright, you know. And then work ethic is for being bold in your stance. Stand firm to who you are, who you want to be. Don't let people tell you that it's no way out, because they are going to tell you that. Some people are going to tell you that just because they want it for themselves. And that's something I also talk about in my book, is that you have to be careful for people that you share your stories with and your dreams with and everything that you want to do in life, because someone will try to take it. But I got one message for that.
Look, amen. Yes.
I got one message for those people that think like that. What's for you is for you, and what's for someone else is for someone else. You cannot take what God has for you.
That's right.
You know, and so the T is for tenacious. Being tenacious, staying true to who you are, being firm in what you want to do in life and where you stand in life. And H is for hope, which is hope all against odds. Because everyone feel like they're stuck and there's no way out. But I'm a living proof that there is.
Well, you know what? We just love and adore you. You've done an outstanding job tonight, being a first-time guest on the show. We look forward to talking to you again in the near future. Tell everybody how they can find you, follow you, and all that great stuff. I tweeted you tonight. You tweeted me back. I just love you. So tell us how we can keep up with you on all your social media platforms.
Yes, I'm always down to help and support, and I'm always there. I look out for my own as well as if they look out for me, I'm going to look out for you.
That's
so you can find me, guys, at drdionna.com. That's DrGionna.com, and you can follow me on Instagram as Dr. Dionna Life Coach. And you can find me on all the other social media platforms as Dr. Dionna Life Coach as well.
All right. Well, Dr. Dionna, we just love and adore you. Thank you for doing such a great job tonight. Be careful in that L.A. traffic, and when you come to Chicago, you got to come by and hang out over here at the Party House, okay?
Oh, for sure. I'm going to let you know as soon as I touch down in Chicago. And I will also look forward to coming back to talk about just being your own life coach. I thank you guys.
We love
Happy
you.
birthday, best friend. And I will talk to you guys next time.
All right, Doctor. Be safe out there. Dr. Dionna, you guys, first-time guest on the show. Knocked it out the ballpark. Don't let them odds stacked against you keep you from being who you need and want to be.
That's right.
That's right. I love that message. That was so beautiful. Really, it was. I need a tissue, Tito. So, boy, you've had quite a birthday party tonight.
Have.
My
it's
goodness.
Very educational. I said it was going to be an educational birthday party.
You did. You did a great job. So now, for all these people that want to wish you a happy birthday, what's the phone number for them to call in?
The phone number is 312-374-8130.
You're going to flood the phone lines
All
here.
right.
We ain't got enough operators here.
I don't know if we're
They're
going to
going,
be
hello. Flo, we need some house music to take us out of here. We'll talk to you guys at the top of the hour. We'll be back.